As we grow older and we become more knowledgeable with the world around us and the United States of America, we have learned that the term sexual assault is a lot more common than we would like it to be. The term sexual assault, it basically means when someone is intentionally sexually acting with someone in a way that they were not consented about. So this could be someone wanting to have intercourse with someone and that person not wanting to have intercourse with them, but the person trying to force the act on them, which is not good. Another term, kind of vague, it's cemented around sexual assault, is date rape and the date rape drug. Date rape drug is a problem when it comes to spiking drinks. Spiking drinks is when someone puts a drug of some sort, could be in a liquid form or a pill form, into someone else's drink without them knowing. This stat that was conducted in 2016 reads that 1 in 6 college women will have been or will be victims of a sexual assault crime, victims of a attempted or convicted sexual assault charge in their lifetimes. This number, since 2016, there's a chance it's gotten worse since then. So things haven't gotten better. The most common form of date rape drug is something called Rofinol. This is a pill form in a drug, and it's odorless or colorless, so it makes it very hard to notice when someone has been roofied with this drug. Drugs like Rofinol usually take up to probably around 15 minutes to kick in before the victim starts feeling symptoms. And symptoms can range from nausea to vomiting to headaches to loss of memory, fatigue, things like that. Another form of a date rape drug, believe it or not, is alcohol. Alcohol in surplus amounts can be very dangerous when it comes to sexual assault, because things like Rofinol, alcohol, it can lead to nausea, vomiting, memory, fatigue. It can lead to things like that make yourself less capable of standing up for yourself if something like that was supposed to happen. Now, although these drugs are supposed to indeed make sexual assault easier in a way, and it does that. It does that. And I hate to use the term making sexual assault easier, but when you're being roofied by something like Rofinol, it makes yourself weak and you're not able to fight back as much as you'd like to be if you're being sexually assaulted. And your judgment and decision making can also be very tempered with, which also makes the sexual assault more easier for the predator. And it puts the victim at a terrible disadvantage, which it's awful to hear. There are ways to prevent things like this from happening. One of the ways is to simply not drink or taste anything that smells weird. It sounds easy, it sounds cliche, but it's a fact. If something drinks or smells off, I know alcohol sometimes has a funny taste or smell to it, but if it drinks or smells off, go get another drink. It's better than being the victim of whatever possibly could happen if you were to finish that drink, That's the way I look at it. Another way to prevent anything like this from happening is to not leave drinks unattended. And an example of that would be always carry your drink with you. You never want to put your drink down and walk away and leave your drink unattended. You always want to have eyes on your drink, even times where you could be drink could be in one hand, you could have an eyes on conversation with someone else, someone on the other side, you slip something in your drink. I've seen it happen in TV shows, I've seen it happen in movies. I haven't seen it happen in real life, thank God I haven't, but it's out there and it happens it happens often, It's something that we can prevent though. Another thing, it's also pretty self-explanatory, pretty cliche, but limit your alcohol consumption. You always want to be able and willing to make the decisions that you would be sober. I mean, I'm not telling you to not go out there and have 0 drinks, but don't go out there and have 12 shots of tequila and not remember your night, because that's just it's not going to lead to good things. Another rule I have, and it kind of plays off to a couple other rules, is the buddy system. And this, you never go out alone. That's one of the things that plays off of it. Always go out with someone. You never want to go to the bar alone, because you could be surrounded by strangers and the environment that's not comfortable by yourself. It could lead to bad things. Always go out with someone. Another buddy rule is you want to stay with them while you're at the bar. You never want to go out, you never want to go to the bathroom by yourself. You don't want to go for a walk by yourself. You always want someone with you, because when you're alone, anything can happen. It's a cruel world out there, and you always want someone with you. Another thing that plays off of the buddy rule is never leaving with strangers. He could be the nicest guy, or she could be the most beautiful and nicest girl ever. You have no idea what their background is. You have no idea what they've done in their past. That is something you truly want to avoid if you want to stay safe. Always Uber. It's not a bad thing to waste the money on Uber. You'd rather do that than go home with a stranger, and who knows what the consequences of that could be. The victims of a sexual assault more often than not feel like they are the ones who are guilty, and I want everyone to know that they are not the guilty ones. It is always the predator's fault. They were the ones who inflicted that on them. The victim, it is never their fault. I want to put that out there. I can't stress it enough. I would feel so bad if that happened to anyone I know, my little sister. Can't think about the feelings I would have if that would happen to a loved one that I know, or anything like that. But there are ways to prevent this from happening in the future, and these are some of the ways that we can prevent this cause from getting worse and making America a better place. Thank you.